Hey everyone, this is Steve here. Well, we're going to continue on this book, and I'm trying to learn and I'm trying to share what I learned with you, called The Richest Man in Babylon. And I did two different videos on this. The first one was talking about some guys that were kind of depressed about their financial situation, that they work hard, just like most of us. We all work hard, but it just doesn't seem to get us ahead. And there's a reason for that. So seeing a friend who was a friend in the younger years, just like them, they had the same situation, had everything alike, but he became rich. So in the first video, we built that up, and that these guys were tired of where they're at. They wanted to do something different, so they thought they would go talk to Arcadia, who is the richest man in Babylon. And then we went to, when he talked to the richest man in Babylon, is that basically he just told him is that you need to learn that what you earn is yours to keep. Is that you need to learn to keep a portion of what you make and learn to live on the rest. And he said nothing less than 10% he started with. And with that 10% you take and you build on that 10%, like building children and building a family. But you got to be careful, because you can lose a member of your family if you don't watch what you're doing. Okay. Well, today we are continuing. This is the fourth chapter, called The 7 Curses for a Lean Purse. And it basically starts talking about, as we let's set the stage here, that Babylon is the richest city of its time, and had great wealth, and because of the wisdom of his people. Well, the workers, or the people, they had money. They had money available to do things as long as they had work. Well, what made Babylon so rich is because, they built all these canals, and they had this irrigation. They made this desolate area, just out in the middle of nowhere, very fertile. All right. Well, once that was all done, the story starts here. Good King Sargon returned to Babylon after defeating his enemies, the Elamites. And then he was confronted with a serious situation. The royal chancellor explained to the king, after great years of great prosperity, while we built the irrigation canals and the mighty temples of the gods, these works are completed. And now the people have no work. And so, they're starting to get disgruntled. So the king's got to figure out how he's going to help his people. Well, he said, did everybody not have money? He said, no, we have a few people out there who are wealthy. And the king said, well, maybe we should tax them so we could spread the wealth. Well, the chancellor says, well, these guys earned it fairly. They had the same opportunity as everybody else, but they knew how to build wealth. And king realized that wasn't going to solve anything, because if you take the wealth for the rich, give it to everybody else, what happens when the money runs out? Well, can't do that. So the chancellor says, well, why don't we ask the richest man in Babylon, who is Arcadia, to come and tell us how he got his wealth. So they summoned Arcadia, and Arcadia came to talk with the king. And Arcadia told the king how he got his wealth. And now the king said, can you teach 100 of my teachers how to gain wealth, and then have them go out and teach the people? So he knew knowledge was the key to wealth, knowing how to do it. So Arcadia, being the kind man he was, who was willing to give to people and give of his time, he said he would do that. Okay, I'm going to change my chapter here a little bit. Now, here he is. He's in the great temple of learning with 100 people. And he starts out, and this, I'm going to read this to you. It said, behold, the richest man of Babylon, whispered a student, nudging his neighbor as Arcadia rose. He is but a man, even as the rest of us. Doesn't look any different, does he? As a dutiful subject of our king, Arcadia began, I stand before you in this service, because once I was poor youth, who did greatly desire gold, and because I found knowledge, that enabled me to inquire it. He asked that I impart unto you my knowledge. So the king asked if he was sharing. This is what he's doing. He starts out, I started my fortune in the humblest way. I had no advantage, not enjoyed as fully by you and every citizen of the in Babylon. Well, he's saying that he wasn't rich. He was just like them. He was toiling and he was slaving. So I'm going to read on and go explain a little further here. I started my fortune in the humblest way. Okay, had no advantage, not enjoyed fully by you, the citizens of Babylon. The first storehouse of my treasure was a well purse. I loathed its useless emptiness. I desired it to be round and full, clinking with the sound of gold. Therefore, I sought every remedy for a lean. He sought every remedy for a lean purse, and I found 7. What he's saying is that the well purse, he was just saying that his purse was empty. It's like in a well. You had to go deep. He wasn't, and he wanted it to be. So you look at what he did. He was not content where he was at. He did not accept his circumstances. And then he set out. I want that purse. He had a vision. I want that purse to be full and clinking. And then he sought a remedy for that lean purse. Okay? And pretty much this is where it kind of, the chapter ends, that he did found 7 of these remedies, and each chapter, the next 7 chapters, I believe, is going to be talk about each one of those remedies. So you want to join back with me? We're going to be talking about every one of those remedies. I think the next chapter is going to be the first cure, start thy purse to fatten. Okay? And he's going to tell how to start to grow your wealth. All right, with that, I'm going to get back here. I got to find my thing, and okay. So with that, I will come back with starting that next chapter there, so we can learn how he built. Because I'm learning, I'm tired where I'm at, and so if I'm going to want to learn how to become, have wealth, I need to learn from other people who have done it. So I'm just sharing with you as I learn. I'm just sharing with you what I'm finding. Okay. So I know one thing you got to have a vehicle in which you can earn a good income. And I am working with a company called Empower. And if you're interested in, how you can make a better living with a better vehicle, because, like the guys in Babylon, they had work and that went well and they made money, but when the work went away. So if you find something that you can do and you have complete control, as I have, click on the button below and go take a look. All right? And we will talk to you next time. You guys have a great day.